Welcome back to Ice Cream Sundays. My name is Tara, and each week I'll be sharing a different homemade ice cream recipe with you. This week I adapted I Bake Mistakes brown butter caramel banana pudding into an ice cream. It's a brown butter caramel banana custard layered with whipped cream and crushed Nilla wafers. So I'm first going to brown the butter, and I want to get this out of the way first so it has time to cool down before I add it to the custard. While that's cooling, I'm going to add the milk, cream, and salt to a saucepan, and I'm just going to heat this over medium heat to get it hot. In another saucepan, I'm going to caramelize the sugar, and I'm doing this by sprinkling a even layer of sugar over the pan, and I'm going to allow this to melt until it turns an amber color. I'm just going to stir that together to make sure that all of the granules are melted. Once everything is melted, I'm going to add the hot milk and cream mixture, and I'm going to continue to stir this until the caramel is fully incorporated. Next, I'm going to whisk the remaining sugar in with the egg yolks, and then I'll start tempering that with the caramel base. Then I'll transfer that mixture back into the sauce pot, and I'll heat this over medium heat and stir constantly until it's thickened. Once the mixture has thickened, I'm going to pour this through a strainer into a bowl that I have fitted over an ice bath. Then I'll stir in the vanilla extract. Now I'm going to take the cooled brown butter and the mashed banana, and I'm going to blend this into the mixture until there are no more visible lumps. And then I'll just allow this mixture to cool completely before adding it to my ice cream maker. Now that the mixture is cooled completely, I'm going to add it to my ice cream maker, and I let it spin for about 40 minutes until I got this consistency. Now, using a freezer safe container, I'm going to start layering the ice cream. So I'm starting off with a layer of the custard on the bottom. Then I just whipped up some heavy cream and powdered sugar for my second layer. But you're welcome to use a pre-made whipped topping if you don't want to whip your own. And then I'm just crushing up some Nilla wafers as the final layer. And I'm going to continue this layering process until I use up all of the custard. And this recipe yielded me about a quart and a half of ice cream. Then I just allowed that to freeze overnight, and here's how it looked the next day. This ice cream recipe was such a fun one to make just because of all the different components and seeing how everything came together in the end. Now, although this recipe is a little bit more labor intensive than some of the other recipes I've done in the past, I think it is worth it if you are a fan of banana pudding. I think the brown butter and the caramelized sugar added a very interesting depth to this recipe. As always, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Ice Cream Sundays. Please make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.